Conference Finals. Today is game one of the Eastern Conference Finals between the Milwaukee Bucks and the Atlanta Hawks. Now, if I was to ask anyone the start of the year whether we thought the Eastern Conference Finals was going to feature the Milwaukee Bucks and the Atlanta Hawks, everyone would have laughed that off. And while I predicted the Milwaukee Bucks were going to reach the Eastern Conference Finals, I thought they were going to face the Brooklyn Nets in the Eastern Conference Finals, which instead they faced them in the semifinals. And yet here we are with the Bucks and the Hawks that starts tonight. And it's pretty unbelievable that this is the matchup that we're getting. I'm sure the NBA is thrilled about that matchup. But this is the interesting thing. So often in sports, and especially us in the media, we try and rationalize picks. We try and pick logical picks. We try and use our head over our heart using analytics and matchups and trends and all these statistics to evaluate these different teams. And this is one of the few instances and one of the rare matchups where I am going purely off of gut and off of my first visceral reaction to this matchup. And a lot of it doesn't even rely on logic at all. It is purely on who I think is riding the better roller coaster and riding the better wave at the moment. And I think that if you really take a step back, and as much as I have appreciated and admired the Atlanta Hawks this postseason, the run that they've gone on, this just feels like the time. And the one anomaly and the one just slit of hope for the Milwaukee Bucks to win a championship right now. And I think the Milwaukee Bucks are going to win this series in 5 games. They've got this magical pixie dust right now that they're playing with. They're getting all the breaks. Not only do you exact revenge on the team that gentleman swept you last season, that nearly blew up your entire roster in the Miami Heat. You exact revenge. You sweep them. You get to face the Brooklyn Nets without Kyrie Irving for half the series and with a limited James Harden for 3 games. You avoid Philadelphia. You get to face the Hawks in the Eastern Conference Finals. And then on the other side of the draw, no LeBron and no AD in the Lakers. No Kawhi with the Clippers. This is on a silver platter for the Milwaukee Bucks right now. They will not get a better opportunity to go out and win this NBA championship this year. They won't have a better opportunity to do it than right now. And when I look at these matchups, the Hawks also just don't match up well against the Bucks. Trae Young, as great as he is, he's going to be defended by Drew Holiday, who had done a number on Kyrie Irving before he got hurt. So Drew Holiday is going to lock up Trae Young, and the Hawks have no one to defend Giannis. You can't throw John Collins on to Giannis. You can, but that's not a matchup that's conducive for John Collins winning that matchup. And who are you going to throw on Chris Middleton? Kevin Huerter or Bogdan Bogdanovic? Those guys technically are similar in size, in height, but they aren't elite defenders to defend Chris Middleton in a big spot like this with an Eastern Conference Finals and an NBA Finals appearance on the line. So they don't match up well. And if you look at all 3 regular season games, yes, I can't glean much from those matchups, even though the Bucks took 2 of 3, because Trae Young didn't play in the first game, and out of that first game, 3 of the starters for the Hawks are no longer playing or on the team. The second matchup, Trae Young did play, and he went 3 for 17 from the floor, and they lost that game. The third matchup, the Hawks won without Trae Young, and the Bucks played all of their starters. So there's not much I can glean from the regular season, but what I can say is Giannis in 2 of those 3 games was absolutely dominant. Averaged 34 and 12 in those 2 wins against the Hawks. So I understand that the Hawks, listen, they have been unbelievable. The job that Nate McMillan has done coaching this team is tremendous, inheriting a 14 and 20 roster, and to come out and turn the tide for them, lead them to a 5th seed, beat the Knicks in the first round. I thought they would challenge the Philadelphia 76ers. I thought the 76ers were going to be in trouble. They clearly were more than just in trouble. They lost. The Hawks beat them. But I think this is where the run ends, and I think that the Milwaukee Bucks will win this series in 5 games. I just don't think that the Hawks – I don't think they're going to win in Milwaukee. And I think that even though they can shoot it from the outside really well, the Bucks can match that firepower that the Hawks have. So I think that this is clearly the Bucks' year. They're the only team that's really entered these playoffs healthy. Knock on wood for them that continues. Obviously, they lost Dante DiVincenzo, but for the most part, their key players, they haven't missed really any key guys during this run right now. So I like the Milwaukee Bucks in 5 games.